Hello. Hello, designer friends. Today I'm going to show you Rowan's quick and dirty how to rig something. So this is the legacy body. Um, and I made a cute little skirt over in Marvelous Designer, and we're going to import it as a .obj because that's what I exported it as. Look at all these things. We find the skirt, as a .obj, we import it, and depending on how you're set up, it may be on the floor, it may be perfectly centered on the body. So I'm going to hit R, which gives me rotate. I'm going to hit X because I want it to rotate on the X axis, and I'm going to bring it up to where it's close to fitting. I'm going to go over here. If you don't have this shown, it may look like this to you. You hit that little X. Oh, I am in Blender uh, 2.79 because that is the best for weight transferring. So we bring this up, we're going to go and we're going to zero that out, and we're going to turn the skirt around with a 180. Boom, bam, skirt. But it is not rigged to the skeleton yet. So what you want to do is you want to select the skirt, and in 2.79 you select with the right mouse button. See? Or you can hit A to make sure you select nothing. Select everything, select nothing, and then right click on your skirt. And you'll get this little faint orange outline. And then you go over here to the wrench, this little wrench, and that is called a modifier. And you add modifier armature. And the armature for the legacy body would be mesh body dash legacy female rig. Click. Do not click apply. Do not click apply. I was almost crying the first time I was trying to rig. I'm like, why doesn't it work? I kept hitting apply because I'm not smart sometimes. Then to actually transfer the weights, you want to click first on the body, select the body that you're using, hold down shift and select the skirt too. So everything has an orange outline. Go over here to your modes, object mode, and you want to switch to weight paint, and it is going to turn blue. Woo, blue. Then your tools will pop up, and you want to go down here where it says transfer weights, and you click on that and wait. Yay! Weights are transferred. You can see that if you click on this upside down triangle, the thing that looks like a flux capacitor, you click on that and you see that it now has all the weights. Now I can give you this little program that you install by going to File, User Preferences, User here, and then Add-ons, Install from File. You're going to find something called it's Remove Unused Vertex Groups. I can give you that. It's a little Python script. You'll click on this black triangle here under the flux capacitor. You click here and you'll go to remove unused vertex groups. Bloop. Yay! Now it gets rid of all the extra spines and fingers and all the stuff that you're not using. Then you want to go over here to the globe looking thing, little shiny ball that's next to the flux capacitor, and get rid of all your materials. Blah, 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 blah. Because when you upload to SL, it doesn't like it had to have materials. Yay! Now it is rigged to the skeleton, and I'll show you that by going to object mode. Click on the mesh body that gives us the bones. And you can object mode, bones. Click on pose mode, and I can right click on the bones. Whee! It's not a great rig, but it is rigged. So now that you have it rigged, you want to save it, save as, and I'm going to save it as the name of this skirt, the word skirt, and then legacy, and we're saving it as a blend file. Because you're going to save it, then you're going to go and you're going to open up wherever you keep it. This is where I keep it. See, I have so many versions of Blender. 2.79, which is a better Blender. And now we will go to File. We will open in our Legacy Kit. We'll go to our Legacy Kit. Oh, the clicking. We'll find Elena's skirt. Boom! There she is. Awesome sauce. And I just ignore it because I really don't use Avastar very much, so I wouldn't worry about it. Go out of pose mode, go back into object mode. Right click on your skirt so that your skirt is selected. Now go over to the flux capacitor. And now go back to mode and go to weight paint. Ooh, yucky yucks. Now if you look down here underneath where it says the name, there's this one, vertex selection in weight painting. Glip, and turns it all into little dots. But then you can use the smooth tool. And I like factor 0.5 and whatever, 10. And it just smooths out any of the weight painting. And stuff like, especially the pelvis, I will hit smooth again because the pelvis tends to be, especially on a skirt, the pelvis tends to be a little harsh. The M pelvis, which is more like the crotch area, tends to be a little bit harsh. So then I just go and I will smooth, bloop, I will smooth them all. I tried using Avastar's smooth and I just did not like it as much as I like doing it myself because I can adjust how I smooth each one if I'm not liking, especially with the legs. When you get to the upper legs like these, see how janky the edges are here? If I don't like the way they're looking when I smooth them, I can smooth them again, and even again if I want to, and I'll get a much nicer cut when I spread the legs or when you walk. And usually whatever I do to the right side, I will do to the left side because it's going to be janky too. I'll smooth it twice, and that's all of that. And now you're nice and smooth. Now we can go and click on that and pose mode, and now we will spread those legs, and it's a much nicer spread. Like we'll go from the side. Woo! It doesn't cut. It's a much. If you want it to cut even less, just do another smooth. That's the best way to get that. So you've got your happy little skirt. Click on the skirt again, and you can get out of weight paint mode. And this is when I go to sculpt mode, and I will click the little eyeball so I don't have to see the bones because the bones get in my way. Now if there's any like too harsh of wrinkles, or like sometimes like the edges of where the pieces come together in Marvelous Designer, there will be like a little bit of jankiness there. You can just smooth it out by going to sculpt mode, smooth, and just smooth that out. If it is one of the seam lines from Marvelous Designer, because those do sometimes get a little janky, not smooth but flatten. The flatten will really smooth those out. This one luckily does not have very many because I think it's such a simple skirt, but it does really help those edges. See, you can see a little bit there in the shine. We'll just smooth that out with the flatten button. Woohoo! This looks pretty good to me, but there is, before we go ahead and export it, we want to go back to add modifier. We're going to go with solidify. Now it looks all janky, really. I keep saying janky today. It makes it look really bubbly, like the edges. So what we're going to do is thickness 0.0001, right? And then you will get a little bit, especially like anywhere you have a ruffle. If you fill rim, click that off. Because if you have that on the ruffle, you're going to get a puckering. So you want to take that fill rim off. And that you have now you don't have that. That's what happens if you don't solidify. Then when you're like looking up someone's skirt. It'll be invis on the inside, and you're like, well, that doesn't look good. But it also adds to your um, tris, your tries. So Avastar will sometimes tell you, now you can't do that. That's too many tries. And you're like, whatever, go away. So now that we're done, we're gonna click on our skirt, and we think it looks pretty good. We're gonna go up here. We're gonna file, and we're gonna export as a Kaleida Avastar, and we can just leave it its name. Bloop. Ooh, and it says you can't do that for some reason. Sometimes it does that. Context is incorrect. Okay, well, fine. Then I will just go ahead and if you have to, do it um, without Avastar, you want to turn the skirt so it looks like this. I don't know why it is, but that's the way it is. And so you just Kaleida default. Come down here to operator presets, and don't forget to do this because if not, you will export the entire body and your computer will not thank you. Then it's got the same name and you export Kaleida. And then you go, hello Rowan. Do not look at the inventory. It is not good. Mesh model. And it will tell us if it likes it. That's usually a good sign because it means it's loading. I think it might be a little heavy. Oh, there it is. See? Your skirt is ready to go. And if you see it look like this in the front, like front view, you're good to go. Now I zero this out because it cheapens the stuff. Makes it less to upload it. Woo woo. Now we're gonna go to recent because it's gonna upload. I should probably put on my legacy body so that it looks right. I know, don't look at my inventory. You don't want to. It's kind of scary. And then I will zoom out so you can't see me until I put on a swimsuit. We will go ahead. It says to 19 to upload this. I don't know how they do it. I think I do have a lot of triangles on it, so it might be a bit too much. And there's Rowan, and hopefully you all have this pose stand. It's the professional one, and I love it so much. But, oh, now we double click and wear the skirt while we're wearing our legacy body. And then we click rigging. And since it's legs, let's check out the legs. How are we doing? Ooh, looks good. No butt clippage. No butt clippage. No leg clippage. No leg clippage. Yay! I think that's a pretty good, for leg splittage, we use this one. And I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, there is a little bit, but most people don't run in slow motion. So I could smooth it a little more if I really felt like it. I would have to put this back to 180 and go back into weight paint mode and go back to the flux capacitor, click on upper leg, go back to our weight tools, and we could smooth, smooth, smooth. So I did it, what, 3 times? Then we'll go smooth, smooth, smooth. So that should, I mean, you can keep doing it. You can use the beta grid too if you'd like to test it out, but I'm fine. I think it looks pretty good. And that's about it on my rigging. That's my quick and dirty rigging. If you have any questions, you can ask me. I'm not an expert. I am nowhere near an expert, but I know this much, and I seem to be doing okay with making stuff. So if I can make stuff and make your life easier too, let's do this. Oh, let's test the other rigging, which is where you wobble around to make sure nothing pokes out that way either. That's just how you know you got a good rigging. You wiggle around. Everything looks good. And then you texture it. But that's a whole nother video. Okay? Thank you. Bye bye.